Welcome to my channel, Super Rare Coins, today's best, top 2 coins. Please don't skip this video, so let's get it started. The 1 krona coin of Sweden from the year 1980 is a significant representation of Swedish monetary history, combining tradition, royal symbolism, and practical economic function in one compact piece of metal, issued during a period of economic stability and quiet transformation in Sweden. This coin reflects both the constitutional monarchy and the progressive social model that characterized Swedish society in the late 20th century. The krona, meaning crown in Swedish, has been the official currency of Sweden since 1873, when it replaced the riksdollar as part of the Scandinavian Monetary Union, and remains in use to this day, though its coinage designs have seen several revisions. The 1981 krona coin was minted at a time when King Carl XVI Gustaf had been on the throne for just a few years, having ascended to kingship in 1973. As such, the coin from this year bears his effigy, marking a new generation in Swedish coinage that moved away from previous monarchs and toward a more modern portrait style. The obverse front side of the 1981 krona coin features a right-facing portrait of King Carl XVI Gustaf created by the artist Karl-Axel Briththotz. The portrait is clean and stylized, embodying the king's youth and signaling Sweden's image as a stable and modern European monarchy. Around the edge of the coin, which translates to Carl XVI Gustaf, King of Sweden. This is a traditional numismatic practice in monarchies, where the reigning king or queen's image and title are prominently displayed to symbolize national continuity and authority. The reverse back of the coin shows the face value 1 krona at the center, with the crowned coat of arms of Sweden directly above it. This coat of arms includes the traditional 3 crowns known as tre kronor, which is a heraldic symbol of the Swedish nation used since the 14th century, and also associated with its monarchy and historical provinces. Beneath the denomination are the initials of the Riksbank governor and mint master responsible for the coin's issuance during that period. Also present is the year of issue 1980 and often the mint mark letter E, indicating the Eskilstuna Mint, Sweden's national mint facility that had been producing coins since the 1600s, before operations moved to newer facilities in the 21st century. Made of cupro-nickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel, the coin weighs approximately 7 grams, with a diameter of 25 millimeters and a smooth, unreeded edge. This alloy gives the coin a dull silver appearance, common among coins intended for long-term circulation. The metallic composition ensured that the coin was resistant to tarnishing and wear, allowing it to remain in use for decades. Despite its basic metal value being relatively low, the coin's face value and legal tender status were accepted widely throughout the Swedish economy. The coin's medium size made it ideal for use in vending machines, payphones, which was still common in the 1980s, and general retail commerce. Economically, the coin was issued during a time of controlled inflation in Sweden, where the 1 krona that had decent purchasing power, you could buy a newspaper, a loaf of bread, or a bus ticket in many cities. Over time, inflation has decreased the practical value of the krona, and the usage of coins of smaller denominations, including the 1 krona, has gradually declined. Nonetheless, the 1981 krona remains a symbol of Sweden's commitment to maintaining its own currency despite broader European movements toward the euro. From a numismatic perspective, the 1981 krona coin is not rare in circulated condition, as many millions were produced for general use. However, uncirculated UNC or proof versions, especially those preserved in mint sets issued by Sveriges Riksbank, Swedish central bank, can command higher interest from collectors, particularly those specializing in Scandinavian coinage or coins featuring King Carl XVI Gustaf. Collectors may look for coins with full luster, no scratches, and strong strike quality. Coins with errors such as double strikes, off-center minting, or misalignments can also have additional value. Culturally, this coin is part of a broader narrative where national currencies reflect the identity and sovereignty of a country, while neighboring countries like Finland and later even Denmark moved toward euro compatibility. Sweden retained the krona, and coins like the 1981 krona offer a glimpse into this enduring national monetary philosophy. The king's portrait, the 3 crowns, and the consistent design language remind the holder of Sweden's monarchy, its Nordic unity heritage, and the balance it strikes between tradition and modernity. In conclusion, the 1980 Swedish 1 krona coin is more than just a monetary token. It is a mirror of its time. Through its design, materials, and usage, it reflects a calm and prosperous Sweden led by a young monarch, rooted in heritage, and yet moving forward with pragmatic innovation. Whether tucked away in a drawer, exchanged in a bustling 1980s Stockholm cafe, or held in a collector's cabinet today, this coin tells a quiet yet rich story of royal presence, economic steadiness, and Swedish cultural pride. Next, the 1 krona coin from Sweden, minted in 1989, is a noteworthy and enduring example of late 20th century Scandinavian currency, representing the intersection of monarchy, national identity, and everyday economic use. Issued during a time of Relative stability in Sweden, both politically and economically. The 1989 1 krona coin reflects continuity in national design that began in the 1970s following the ascension of King Carl XVI Gustaf, who became monarch in 1973. Sweden, a constitutional monarchy with a long history of independent governance and neutrality, uses the krona, meaning crown in Swedish, as its official currency, which has been in place since 1873, replacing the riksdollar under the Scandinavian Monetary Union. By 1989, the krona remained a strong national symbol, and the 1 krona coin was central to daily life, frequently used in transactions ranging from bus fares and newspapers to public telephones and small retail purchases. On the obverse front of the coin is a right-facing portrait of King Carl XVI Gustaf, which was designed by Carl Axelbrith and had become the standard effigy since the 1976 redesign. The inscription around the edge reads, Carl 16 Gustaf Sveriges Konung, which translates to Carl XVI Gustaf, King of Sweden. This simple yet dignified portrait portrays the monarch, with a youthful and clean appearance, reflecting a modern, forward-looking Sweden that still respected its royal heritage. The placement of the king's profile on coins is a time-honored tradition in Sweden and many other monarchies, symbolizing stability, sovereignty, and the unity of the nation under the crown. The reverse back of the 1989 1 krona coin features the Swedish coat of arms, with the iconic tre krona or 3 crowns prominently displayed above the denomination. The text 1 krona is clearly struck in bold uppercase letters beneath the crown. Below the denomination, the year of issue 1989 appears. Flanking the date or around the edges, depending on spacing and minting batch, are the initials of the mint master and the governor of Sveriges Riksbank, the central bank of Sweden at the time. These initials are a standard feature and denote official authority and mint authentication, a tradition that dates back centuries in Swedish coinage. The 3 crowns emblem is especially important. It is one of Sweden's oldest heraldic symbols, dating back to at least the 14th century, and it represents the unity of the Swedish kingdom and its historic provinces. In terms of technical specifications, the 1989 1 krona coin is made from copper-nickel alloy, typically 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a silver-like appearance. It weighs approximately 7 grams, has a diameter of 25 millimeters, and features a smooth plain edge, unlike higher denominations that sometimes have reeded or inscribed edges. This smooth edge design is intentional and helps users distinguish between denominations by feel, particularly important for visually impaired individuals. The durability of copper-nickel also ensured that the coin could withstand the wear and tear of daily use, often staying in circulation for decades without significant degradation. Economically, in 1989, Sweden had a relatively strong and well-managed economy, with the krona serving as a reliable and nationally trusted currency. The 1 krona coin had considerable purchasing power at the time, enough to buy a newspaper, a local train ticket in many regions, or a coffee in some cafes. The coin was thus vital in the daily financial routine of Swedish citizens, forming a bridge between traditional coin-based transactions and the emerging era of bank card payments and digitization that would gain speed in the 1990s and 2000s. Despite creeping inflation, the 1 krona coin remained in widespread use, and was minted in large quantities to support national commerce. From a numismatic standpoint, the 1989 Swedish 1 krona coin is considered a common issue and is not classified as rare in circulated condition. Millions were produced for everyday use, and they are still frequently found in mixed world coin lots. However, collectors do seek out high-grade uncirculated UNC examples, coins with original mint luster, or those included in official mint sets issued by Sveriges Riksbank or Myntverket, the Swedish mint. Coins with visible die errors, offset strikes, or double impressions are highly unusual but can command significant premiums in collector markets. Additionally, some enthusiasts of royal memorabilia or thematic collectors of Scandinavian coinage find this issue appealing because of its depiction of a reigning monarch who is still on the throne decades later, making it a living piece of history. The symbolism of the coin, from the monarch's portrait to the heraldic 3 crowns, serves not just as a tool of transaction, but as an artistic expression of national unity and identity. Sweden's decision to retain the krona, even as neighboring countries like Finland adopted the euro, has made coins like the 1 krona more meaningful to citizens who see them as a symbol of sovereignty and tradition. Despite ongoing discussions in Sweden about potentially moving toward a cashless economy, the 1 krona coin remains legal tender and continues to circulate in a redesigned form. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.